crystals, and a portal, our human heroes travel to Gorm and magically transform into lords of nature, mythical creatures who harness the 4 elements.
At first, I thought this game was based on a true story, but now I'm not so sure. Alright, confession time. I have no idea what a GORMITI is, nor have I any idea whether or not their claims are accurate. They say they're the Lords of Nature, and to eliminate any ambiguity on the matter, they throw in an exclamation point. So actually, I guess they don't claim to be the Lords of Nature, they claim to be the Lords of Nature! However, exclamation points do not necessarily make a great game, and neither does GORMITI, the Lords of Nature, for the Nintendo Wii.
Reveal to us the Keeper, and give to them your chair! And the Keeper...
So, evidently, GORMITI is some kind of toy property with card playing and a television show. Whatever, it's like some lame European knockoff of Captain Planet. And anyone who's anyone knows the only true Lord of Nature sports a green mullet and calls himself Captain Planet. But you know, the mullet was more than merely a haircut for Captain Planet. True story, not only did he derive much of his power from his mullet, but it also allowed him to get away with having some of the most god-awful character design in the history of animation. But obviously, sans mullet, GORMITI is even worse. I mean, Jesus, these things look like the illegitimate loin fruit of Mega Man bosses and Pokemon.
Sooner or later...
The thingy? Who cares about the thingy when we're having this much fun?
Unfortunately, that's about as far as the Mega Man comparisons go. GORMITI is clearly a game targeted for children who watch GORMITI, or play it, or, you know, whatever you do with a GORMITI. And as you might expect from a game like this, made for an audience like that, the result isn't anything to get too excited about. GORMITI, the Lords of Nature, is your standard 3-dimensional brawler, playing as these almost inconceivably poorly designed characters. You fight your way through linear levels, switch between characters on the fly, and collect lots of stuff. Unless you're an 8-year-old who's really into GORMITI, this is pretty brain-draining stuff. However, you should know that if you do decide to buy this game, it's at least pretty well made. I mean, the mechanics are copied from about 3,000 other kids' games, but the game controls pretty well. There's actually no waggle, which is a good thing, there's a solid cooperative mode, and for the most part, the self-proclaimed Lords of Nature offer a pretty solid gameplay experience, if a repetitive and completely unremarkable one. And from a technical standpoint, the game also looks surprisingly good on the Wii. I mean, knowing that it's a licensed Wii game, you sort of instinctively expect something that looks like a first-generation GameCube game, but this one definitely doesn't. There's nice bright colors, a few nice effects. I mean, don't expect Super Mario Galaxy or anything, but GORMITI looks a lot better than I expected it to. In fact, the developer Climax Studios did a great job considering the material they had to work with. This is the same studio that did the Wii games Silent Hill, Shattered Memories, and Overworld Dark Legend. So Climax is definitely a proven Wii developer, and their experience shows in GORMITI. I mean, to be fair, for a licensed kids game, this is about as good as it gets. Of course, this is a licensed kids game, so unless you're into licensed kids products, GORMITI, the Lords of Nature, probably aren't the lords for you.
Won the battle, but you'll never win the war!
Maybe that'll dampen his spirits.